The LaSala Show, episode 50, featuring Theodore Thibeaux. Theodore, how say you?
Been better days. It's okay. How you been?
I'm good. So we actually recently worked together, and that was interesting. And I'm wondering how that experience was for you, or is for you.
I feel like a child with divorce. To intense little situation earlier, but it was a short stint, about a week. It wasn't too long, but it was chill this 1 week. But yeah.
All right, I'm having some connection issues.
Yeah.
Are you hardlined?
No, I'm on cellular right now.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll power through. So, what can you describe as what went on in the past week?
Well, just getting accustomed to the working in a restaurant. It's my first official job in a kitchen. I'm a culinary major, so learning front and back of house is kind of like essential for being in that kind of, in that kind of discipline. So, but there's a lot of little details you gotta learn. Gotta attend to everyone's needs, and you gotta prioritize things, which it's not something I was really like big in, multitasking or whatever. But within this last week, I've gotten some stuff out in, gotten a lot more comfortable working in a restaurant setting. But
Right. Yeah, I would say your first day was it was a display of a combination of nervousness and also like I felt like you were bearing the weight of other people's judgment, which was like they were like looking at your every move, which only then contributed to your nervousness, and where really you had nothing to lose because it's my fucking first day. Like, suck my ass,
Yeah, and it was, on the first day, of course, it was the busiest day of the week, getting thrown in to everything all at once, so that was a bit interesting. But, for the rest of the week was pretty chill, it was able to give me the time to really take my time, learn how to do things the right way. And I mean, I'm still learning, obviously, but, I don't feel like I'm underneath a observation of like underneath a microscope as much, but I definitely felt the pressure the first day. But I
Yeah.
think that's just everyone in general.
Well, I wish you the best, and I can't wait until you join me in my next endeavor.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got a bunch of random questions for you. They really are apropos of nothing. It's basically just a bunch of get to know Theodore. Have you ever been to a strip club?
Sounds fair. No, I haven't. I've never really had the opportunity to. Although, I've been down, New Orleans a couple times down on Bourbon Street. I definitely, had the opportunity to, but never really pulled the trigger on it. But
Right.
I don't know. I never really seen, the need. I never really had the need to, I guess.
Oh, so you're a coxman. You don't, I mean,
Yeah, I'm a gentleman,
yeah. So you let the ladies find you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Probably hard to get.
Hurricane season is approaching. Have have you ever had a
Well, it's
proper hurricane party or any terrible hurricane stories in your young, what are you, 23?
23, 24, around that age. But yeah, uh, I guess what was it? Ike and Gustav right around that time. I don't know how long ago that was. It's like 2011. I don't know. It was about a decade ago. Uh, we stayed at it was a family pharmacy at the time. It's no longer in the family, but it was kind of near SLCC, and it's this big like cinder block building that we would go to, whenever things got a little shisty or whatever. And we still ended up staying there for about, I think, like 4 or 5 days. And like during that time, the power had went out. We were kind of getting low on food, and for like the last 2 days, I remember all we really had to eat left was like Jimmy Dean breakfast sausages.
Hey,
And I
nothing
mean,
wrong with
after
that.
the, yeah, fuck that. No, everything's wrong with that. After that whole experience, I haven't had a breakfast sausage since. They repulse me.
It was
It really is. It's
traumatizing.
just absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. But other than that, really, all the other ones have been pretty sweet. All the other hurricanes, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've always been anytime I've been in Louisiana for a hurricane, we live right by the police station and the hospitals. So we're one of the
Right.
first
Mhm.
power grids to get back on top. And so we've never had to really deal with like, Lake Charles type shit. And for, our out of town listeners, Lake Charles is basically on the way to Texas, and you don't want to be there ever. Is that fair to
No, they
say?
got wiped.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they got wiped and again, uh, and then they got wiped a third. They're pretty much. I mean, they can only go up at this point in Lake Charles because they pretty much hit their lowest point.
Yeah. And I would say my heart goes out to them, but just my thoughts and prayers go out to them because, I have too much heart for my Packers and my Pacers to spend any other heart on Lake Charles. But you never had like a hurricane party per se.
No, not particularly. I mean, I guess that's one thing I wouldn't say is, particularly one thing we would celebrate. I mean, you can enjoy a good storm, but I wouldn't like go as far as like celebrating it. But I mean, I'm not shaming people to have a party, but this is not me, I guess.
So here's what I'm saying is it was around the age you are currently at
Mhm.
where I had just kind of moved out or I'd been out of the house for a little while, but it was like, all right, fuck it. The power's out. We're just gonna buy a bunch of beer. All of us are gonna get together and just ride this thing out, see if a tree doesn't fall on our house, and like that kind of party. It's like
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah, as a loose definition.
yeah, everyone's sort of
Yeah,
nervous, but also like trying to make the best of it, like that kind of thing.
yeah, we did. I mean, we did that last year, or was it the year before? It was like really first
Gret,
season just recently.
I keep getting things in the mail for have you been affected by Hurricane Greta or whatever it was? I
No, that
forgot.
was a while ago, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So I don't know. I think it's just insurance companies trying to capitalize on small claims, whatever it is. But beware, Louisiana. The next hurricane is coming, and they go in alphabetical order, which I find a little disconcerting. Um, never been a Hurricane Jesse that I can remember in my lifetime. Hurricane.
No,
Hur-
I will say though there was. I think there was a Hurricane Ted and Vicky last year, and
Ooh,
I mean those are my grandparents' names, so I thought that was a bit interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you have
But
to you have to
yeah, I
throw
don't know
the
what the scheme is now.
yeah. The one that I found most interesting was there was Hurricane Larry, and then there was Hurricane
Mm.
Wanda. And one of my best friends, his name is Larry, and his mom's name is Wanda. And so that was, I think, last year. And so luckily none of them did too much damage. But still weird how they would
Well,
attach human names to natural disasters.
mm. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing now. It seems like I thought they didn't. They're not doing human names right now. It's like something, or is it like the Greek alphabet?
It should be like Elon Musk's child's, where
Oh
they're
yeah,
just symbols and
it's
circles
letters
with
and
lines.
numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have any racist family members?
Yeah, I mean, I got family from Alabama. You know how that goes. Uh, and I'm not gonna say any names,
No,
but
no, 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 no.
yeah, no, obviously not, no. But uh, I was, it's he seems like he'd be a Al Qaeda member, you know. But I mean, that's just where he's from. He's just his upbringing. I don't really get it, but it's what it is. But yeah, I got I'm sure a lot of people around here got a couple couple racist family members.
I remember being at my grandparents' house in North Louisiana, and we were all just sitting around watching the football game. It was like probably NFL, maybe like the Cowboys and the 49ers. And she was old. It was my great grandma. So she was old as fuck, senile, had no idea where she was or who she was. And she commented, well, that just ain't just a bunch of N words running around. But she said the real thing.
Yeah.
And we all just like looked back and was like,
Oh, party foul. Party foul.
it's like, grandma, let's go to bed. All right. I
Yeah.
know it's 3 in the afternoon, but it's time for you to go. Yeah, so some of that
Some
is just
fucking
ingrained in you can't help them. They're done.
no.
Have you ever
Years
won?
and years.
Yeah. Have you ever won or lost a fight in school? This could be verbally or physically.
I mean, I think the really only thing that would really constitute as a fight was I remember I think me I don't really understand how it happened, but I think me and this dude, I think his name is Kelby, we were like beefing and we rode the same bus and like we were beefing that day or something, and then we got on the bus together and we kind of like sat in the same area in the back, and we had a friend named Steven, and he was a couple of years younger than us, but he was somehow in the same, he was like 2 or 3 years younger than us, but he was also like a freshman, and he was pretty impressionable. And Kelby was like trying to start a proxy fight between me and him by using
Wow.
Steven. But he's like, hey, Steven, you should go punch Ted. And I'm like, Steven, don't punch me. And Steven didn't, you could tell Steven was like really apprehensive and he really wanted to do it because Kelby was telling him to do it, but his bus, like the stop was coming up for him to get off. And so he was really like, you could see it in his eyes that he was making up his mind. And as soon as the bus started stopping, he gets up and then he like clips me in the eye. And I stand up, and with like the momentum of the bus like stopping, I fall on top of him into the
Nice.
seat, like the seat in front of me. And I punch him twice, and then the people are like, oh, they're fighting in the back. And I mean, I wasn't mad at Steven. I just went to like just get him down, and I'm like, hey, chill out. Uh, but I ended up getting like pulled to the front, and the bus driver, they let Steven off the bus, but like the bus driver's like, hey, that kid's like 3 years younger than you, right? And I'm like, I had no idea why. I don't know why he's like, why is he in our grade? But then they kicked me off like the bus for a week, and I mean that was ultimately fine because my mom like brought me to McDonald's every morning. So I mean, I got the best of the
Fucking right.
situation, honestly. Yeah, fuck that bus driver.
Shout out to Miss Thibeaux.
Yes, sir.
I
True
love that.
fan.
I love that mentality. And also riding the bus, man. It's like Lord of the Flies whenever you're that age. It's like,
Mhm.
first of all, you don't even know what the fuck the bus driver's on, whether it's drugs or just like his wife is cheating on him or whatever his story is.
Drinking, dude.
So it's like you're putting all of these children's lives in this one person's hand. For me, it was always a man. I had never had
Mhm.
a female bus driver, but
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
no, I mean, I trust me. I will transition into a female just to be a bus driver if that makes anything better. But
Respect.
yeah, I remember the one time I got in trouble on a bus ride. It was like a field trip to New Orleans, if you can imagine that.
Mhm.
And
Oh, so you're on like one of those Greyhound buses, huh?
yeah, and I, me and my buddy were like, giggling and blah blah blah, and we like flicked off a motorist who was to our direct right,
Mhm.
and he like stopped and came on the bus and identified, and we
Oh
were
my god.
like every bit of fourth grade. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like really you getting upset over a fourth grader flicking you off and then giggling about it. So
Yeah. His ego is bruised. Yeah.
I
He's gonna
mean,
beat y'all up.
he must have had like a rough day that day to not let that go. But yeah, bus trips are a little weird. And yeah, high school, middle school fights, not a fan.
Oh man. Speaking of which, this is not really me with a fight, but I had a friend named Robbie, and this was like from pretty much from like elementary school all the way up until like the eighth grade. He would like get in a fight every year with the same kid. His name was Brennan. And like I don't know, it was like he was always seems like this kid was always like asking for it or something. But like my friend Robbie was like this always he was always like he's like big dude. And this kid was always talking shit to him. And I mean Robbie didn't have to do this, but it was always, he was always asking for it, and it was always funny seeing it coming. But I remember
Right.
this one time we were sitting. What was that?
I think you cut out there for a second.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay. There was this one time me and Robbie were sitting at this table. We were eating lunch, and Brendan came up and he sat across from us and just like immediately just started talking shit. Uh, I think about like one of his family members or something, and Robbie was like kind of like going through it at the time, so he didn't have like the patience to deal with him, so he immediately goes across the table and grabs Brennan by the collar and drags him outside and just starts like he walked. I don't know if I'm misremembering this because this is probably like seventh grade, but it just seemed like he grabbed Brennan and he dragged him down a hallway and like outside to the to the
The length
playground.
of the football
And
field.
I ended up following him. Like it was ridiculous. And then he just started like he grabbed him and he just started just punching him, and he ended up like fracturing his hand on him. But like
Jesus.
it was always some shit like that, dude. It was streets of Milton were rough, dude. Let me tell you,
I
always
mean,
something.
when it's this hot, and temperatures are flaring, emotional temperatures. So you add that to puberty, and then you add that to whatever's going on at home, and then you add that to the daily grind of being in middle school, high school. what the fuck else do you expect? People are gonna fight each other.
Yeah, it's a ticking time bomb. Too much going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we made it out alive, and the Holy Saint was with us.
But we still got, it's not over yet.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to meet tomorrow and fight?
Yeah, yeah. You know where the parking lot is. I'll be there. I'll be there at 9:30.
Wouldn't it
Actually,
be
10.
wouldn't it be funny if I just showed up and acted like nothing
Oh yeah, just
happened?
act like no. That'd be fucking hilarious. I think that they'd be really questioning themselves.
Or just
You
show
know,
up and clock in and they're like, "What?" And I'd
that's
be
if they
like,
didn't.
"What?"
That's if they didn't take out the system yet.
True. Well, I don't think they have the
I don't know.
capability of that. Um,
Ah.
Worst date you've ever been on?
I remember I pretty much got shafted during homecoming my senior year. I went with this girl. I really didn't want to go with her, so this is really my fault. But it was more like one of those situations where I was just trying to bring someone to uh, upset a ex girlfriend of mine.
Oh, wow. So,
Just kind of petty jealousy bullshit. And that she noticed that I was like kind of just not it being interested in the moment or whatever, and so we end up going to like after taking pictures, we go to Bonefish, and she proceeds to just fucking get the lobster and
oh
the
God.
surf and turf, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, I only. I'm a senior in high school. I don't, I work at a fucking grocery store. I only got like $120 to my name, and she certainly I didn't eat that great that night, but I was at least able to pay for the meal. At least I was very fortunate to do that. But I ended up leaving. We ended up going to prom or whatever, and I remember her like she was like looking for me or something, and I'm like, I don't really feel like being here, so I ended up leaving prom early. So
Yeah. Okay, so you can talk about toxic males all you want, but they got some toxic females out there that will do that kind of bullshit where it's like, I just wanted to have a good meal. Like they're on TikTok and they're like, there's no way I would fuck this man, but I'm just trying to eat well tonight. And I'm gonna order this, this, and this, and I'm gonna get a to-go plate. And it's just like this poor motherfucker is just like having to pay the bill, and it's just like, but this was in what, high school? She was ahead of her game.
yeah, it was fucking high school.
That
She
is
she knew what she was doing.
that is
Oh
disgusting.
man, yeah. But if that ever happens to me, I mean, if we're not dating, if that ever happens to me, we're splitting the bill. I'm getting that shit itemized.
Oh yes. It's be like, well,
You know,
I had the water and the salad. You had the
mm,
lobster, steak, and
the,
7 Michelob
yes.
Ultras. So let's split that up. Um,
7 Mickeys.
yeah, I know. Girls love that Michelob Ultra, man. I mean,
Yeah,
not my girl. She's a seltzer girl, which I'm
classy,
okay with.
classy.
But she burps in my face all the time, so it's a little disconcerting. Uh, on the same realm of that, have you ever dined and dashed?
No, no, I haven't.
Telling you, man,
Uh,
you gotta live a little.
yeah, yeah. I don't. Let me think about this. Actually, I feel like I've hung out with some people that would that. Uh, but yeah, not that I can really. Not that I can think. I've came close a couple times. I thought about it.
Right.
Why have you?
No, the closest I've come was we were out to dinner. It was a bunch of bros, and this guy who we no longer really hang out with anymore, he's not in our circle of friends, but he had like a high paying job, and he probably spent 70% of the night talking about how great his life was.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like this was before, you know, I mean, I guess we could still text each other, but this was before like the group chat, where you could like
Mhm.
form a 5-person group chat and coordinate something. But around the time the ticket came, we all just took turns taking the bathroom and then meeting in the parking lot. And so we just basically left him with the bill and he had to pay it. And then he was like, I think he texted one of us and was like, LOL, good prank. Where are we going next? And then like none of us answered. Like everybody ghosted him. And it was just like, yeah, we just got like a free dinner. But that's the closest I've coming to the dine and dash. But I felt like it was like a spiritual awakening for all of us at the table. Like, oh, we all hate this guy. Why are we at dinner with him?
Might as well get a free dinner on the way out.
Let's get the fuck out of this relationship. It was like a
Toxic relationship.
Yeah, it was a bro breakup, And I wish him all the best. And I'm sure he's doing quite well. But it was a vindication for, just having to sit through him bragging
Being held
upon
verbally
himself.
hostage.
Has anyone ever bragged on themselves to the point where you would just want to punch them in the face?
Not that I can recall. I don't. Yeah, I can think of no.
I mean, okay.
Maybe famous people, but not anyone
Right.
personally.
I mean, besides Pete Davidson,
yeah, it's smug. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pete Davidson. Well, if you're gonna just throw that name out there, yeah.
Yeah. I would punch him right in his apparently big dick and run away giggling to myself. Mayonnaise, how does it sit with you?
It's all right. I like it. I like a good homemade mayo, but none of that Miracle Whip. You know
Okay.
about that Miracle Whip.
Yep.
None of that. I like hollandaise.
See, classy,
A man
very
of
classy.
culture.
Yes. So it's like mixed with a little herbs, spices. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Or that Kewpie mayo you get at the Asian market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it provides like the correct amount of lubrication for the sandwich or whatever you're doing with it. We just had 4th of July and I was almost chastised for putting a little mayo on the bottom of my hot dog bun and then putting the wiener, which was already split in half, within onions and then mustard on top. How say you?
Where this is going?
All right, well, I mean,
See.
also, I made.
What I would probably do. With the. Sorry, go on.
I made 4 different hot dog styles, so it wasn't like I was married to either or any of them, but I was just more like, we got this fucking 12-pack of hot dogs. Let's get crazy. Let's become chefs and turn everything into anything.
Get playful here.
Yes.
A hot dog it's a canvas.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
I can appreciate that. See, no, I would have take that mayo. I would have toasted my bun with that mayo, kind of like I guess what they do at kind of like make a butter substitute, but toast that into that bun. So what's with the hot dog cut in half? Which lengthways or?
So no, you go right down the middle, and then you put it
Mhm.
on whatever frying pan or whatever you got there.
So you're spatchcocking your hot dog.
Yes, and then you stuff the
Mm-hmm.
middle of it, and then you wrap the warm bun around
Mm-hmm.
the spliced dog, and
Mm-hmm.
then the world is your oyster. I mean, you're living on cloud nine, sir.
Yeah, the world is your oyster. Just don't be allergic to shellfish.
Yeah, unless you're allergic to shellfish. All right, we're wrapping up here. Deviled eggs, yes or yes?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? You got cut out.
Deviled eggs.
Hmm. What about them? What's my opinion on them?
Will you make them? Will you eat them? Or are they off the table?
I'll eat them. Yeah, I'll slam some deviled eggs.
In Louisiana, we took the ACT score, correct?
Yeah, we took the ACT. I'm pretty
Did
sure.
did you also take the SAT?
No, I just took the ACT compass, or like I don't know if they continue the compass anymore. Like uh, yeah, it was the compass because I had some classes I was supposed to take this semester, and you had to get a certain score to test into the classes, and they were going off my compass scores, and like they're like they go expire. Like compass is no longer accepted past this semester.
Right.
So yeah, so it was the compass, ACT compass.
So back when I was banging, it was only the ACT, and then
Mm.
my fiance, who's from New York, she had her SAT score, and we were just fucking around the other day and comparing our scores. What did you get on the ACT?
Pretty sure I got a 24. I think I got a 23 the first time, and then I got a 24. But yeah. So what's the deal with the SAT? Is that what's
It's it's like in the thousands. It's like
yeah.
I got like 1255, some shit like that.
Well, is it like is the SAT like is that like a region like is it based on like what region in the US you're in?
I think so. I think so, and
Okay.
I think it's all retarded. Pardon my French, but also it's I think some people are better at standardized tests than others, and I think it's all kind of meaningless because I got a 26 on my ACT, and look at me, I'm working at a fucking kitchen. So
No shame in that. No shame in that. Some of us are right brains, some of us are, we have all different aspirations,
yeah, I
but
I would be fine to just wash dishes 12 hours a day if it meant that I could go do stand-up comedy and play music whenever I
yeah, I mean,
needed
if you
to.
could, yeah, make a living. I can only wash dishes for so long, man. It's just I have aspirations of being in a kitchen, and it's just not. I mean, I can only do it. Yeah, just do it for so long, But
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
if you tell people you have tinnitus, you can wear an earbud and listen to a podcast.
you just gave yourself up there if they're watching.
Later, losers. Have you ever been caught masturbating?
Close, very close,
Mm.
on the bleeding edge, close.
Wait,
Just
you
like
were bleeding while you were masturbating?
yeah, well, yeah, bleeding while I was edging. No, but just like fucking, you're beating your meat one day, 1 second, and the next you see the fucking door open. In the split second, you hastily throw the blanket over yourself, and then you have to explain to your mom why you're sweating so hard and why you're like so twitchy, and you're
Wait,
like, I'm fine, I'm fine.
you work up a sweat while you're beating off?
I'm just in the moment. There's passion going on, and then you get the split second. You see the door open, so you're panicking. That
Right,
panic
right,
sweat
right,
on
right.
top of on top of masturbating sweat.
I got you.
And you just got that look on your face. You go flush, and they
Yeah.
know immediately when they walk in your door. They know what the fuck is going on, but you got to play it cool.
Yeah.
But you got so much, I could never play it cool because I was just so fucking, they almost catch me, so I'm like on guard.
Yeah.
But I've never been caught. But
so no official embarrassment, just the speculation of let's just never talk about this again.
Exactly, it's the unspoken rule.
I like that. All right, we're wrapping up here. We have 3 minutes left before this gets cut off because it's Zoom and apparently there's a time restriction.
That's my bedtime anyway.
Coinstar. Have you ever been to Coinstar, and what is the least amount or the most amount you've ever deposited?
Yeah, if you ever broke, you're pretty familiar with Coinstar. I've been there several times. It's just a part of life. I think the last time I was over there was like, I don't know, like maybe a little under a year ago, and I had a big jar, coins, which is probably like my biggest haul, and it was about like it's like $200 in quarters and dimes and shit. It was I was like I had a big stack of cash, and every time I spent my money, I just made sure I collect the change, and sure enough, within a couple months, that shit grew pretty quick. So save your change.
Yeah, every time I get any sort of change, I separate the quarters and I put them in a separate cup because me and my lady like to play pool, and obviously, they only accept quarters for that, but everything else goes into a different jar. And I can remember, like, it was a Friday night. This is back when I was probably about your age, and it was like, dude, I have no fucking money. Let me go do the Coinstar thing. And I came out of there with like $80, $86, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be a lit weekend. Like, we're going out. Like, that's back when like beers were $1. I didn't have to buy any girls drinks. I was just like, this is all for me. So yeah, Coinstar, underrated.
And I don't even know if this is true or not. I've heard there's a rumor that you could unplug on the back. They have like the Wi-Fi antenna where you can just like detach it, and that way it won't like charge a service fee.
Oh, shit.
I don't know like the validity of that claim, but next time I'll go and pop the back and see what that's all about.
Theodore, Thibeaux, you've been the best guest. I wish you luck on your endeavors. This will not be the last time we speak. And go kick everybody in their ass over there, okay?
All right, remember 9:30, parking lot tomorrow. Unfinished business.
We're fighting.
All right.
This has been the Jesse LaSala Show, and until next time, don't die.